I thought our kids played well all night. As a very veteran, well-disciplined team that really understands exactly what they're trying to do, and they do a great job executing. The grad transfer, Toulson, goes 4 for 4 from the three, and every time we made any kind of little mistake, he made us pay for it. Haws did a good job of finishing. But you could tell a lot of, at times tonight, that looked like men against boys, not in terms of anything physical, just experience-wise, how old they are and how young we are. And I've seen this coming. I watch us in practice every day. I don't get overly excited about a lot, just like I don't get down about a lot either. I'm disappointed we lost, but I don't care about that. It's almost good that we played against a veteran team. Haws, Toulson, the kid that played at Arizona, Berzello, Lee, Nixon. They're a good team. They're not a great team. They're a good team. Their strength is their age and how veteran they are and how well oiled they're understand how to do what they're doing. And then tonight was one of those nights where early in the game we had so many wide open looks. I mean, so many wide open looks. And when you're not great shooters, you need a couple of those balls to go in. You need to see it go in to give you a little confidence. But I'm still learning this team. This team's still learning each other. This early in the year, this stuff can happen. This could be really good for us. We'll see. But I thought our kids kept fighting. We got down, what was our biggest deficit, 13 or so? 14, and next thing you know, we're 1 second away from winning. That ball, millimeter one way or the other, short or whatever, we win and we snuck out of here with a game that we won that we probably didn't deserve to. So just got to learn from it, and we will. We'll go back and watch film and meet with our kids and show them things. But every time we climb the hill and get right there, we make another mistake. It was just so many mistakes tonight, so many mistakes. Not kicking the ball up in transition, helping off the corner when you shouldn't, not taking the roller from the weak side. Things that seniors know in their sleep. That these guys just, it's not second nature to them yet. And then there's, trying to figure out their games on the other end, carrying over to our defense. I saw everything that was happening tonight, but I was proud of our freshman Caleb. He wasn't great on defense tonight. God bless him, but like I said, he can score. And other guys will get better as we go.
If you have a question, raise your hand, please. We'll get a microphone to you down there at the stand.
Coach, about Caleb, what did you see about him when you stuck with him going down the stretch? What you liked about his game?
That he could score. He's dependable. Caleb's is a talented offensive player. I think I made the statement last year when he was working out with us. I watched him go against Galen and Corey. Those two little bulldogs. They can guard. In our practices last year with those guys, Caleb could score on them. When I saw him score on them, I knew that he's going. He only weighs 170 pounds, maybe 171. Eventually he's going to get to 185. And he's got a chance to be really, really good. But you can tell Dejan didn't practice for a month. He just has no rhythm. When you're out there playing in a high stakes game like tonight against a veteran team, and you know you don't have your A or B game, you know and that's a critical piece for us. You know, he's going to get. You know, he just needs to keep practicing and keep getting better. You know, this game will pass. The pain will pass. But you know, we got a big game coming up Tuesday. You know, but we need Dejan to to catch up because he's playing point guard. You know, you saw the shots he was getting tonight. I don't know how many layups he missed between our layups and our wide open threes. You know, you just it just seemed like we're out of sync all night offensively. But that's because the ball wasn't going in. You know, that ball going in solves a lot of problems, and when it doesn't go in, creates a lot of problems.
Can you defend much better on that last play than Quentin did, in your opinion?
He did a good job. Kid took an off-balance, hard shot. If it misses, you know, we're running around here happy, but, you know, we didn't play good enough to win the game. You know, hats off to BYU. Mark, their coach, they did a great job of getting their kids ready to play. They had a good game plan. And like I said, we just made too many mistakes. And we've just got to catch up with ourselves. You know, it's nothing to, I'm not overly concerned about the loss, as I'm worried about our next practice and just getting better. You know, we're going to get better. You know, this is November the, what is the date today?
15th.
November 15th. You know, we were good enough to lose by 1 tonight in a game we trailed by 14 against a very veteran team. So, you know, we just gotta stay with it. Keep pounding the rock.
Kelvin, Nate had hustled on a lot of plays tonight, just around the ball. The play there at the end that you kind of had a vantage point. I mean, was it just a matter of I don't know how to say it, just the moment and in terms of what you saw there with the call on the steal?
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping he would just dribble it out. You know, we didn't need 2 points. You know, we didn't need a basket there. We needed to just dribble it out and let them foul. They're going to foul. They've got to foul you, and they've got to catch you to foul you. But look, if I was going out a dark alley on this team, the one guy I would take with me is Nate Hinton. I'll go to war with that kid any day. I love that kid. He plays his heart out. Can he make better decisions? Of course he can. He'll get better at that. You know, it's a lot different than starting and playing 28, 29 minutes than sitting over there letting Corey and Galen and Armani do all the heavy work. You know, this is a young team, but the thing that I see against that team, we might have beat a better team tonight that's not as experienced as BYU. But their experience really preyed on us. You could tell. And then when our threes that we were taking weren't bad shots, how do you tell the kid not to take that shot? You got to shoot that. You're wide open. That's a good look. But that's not the strength of this team, you know. And then I didn't think, if I was disappointed in one area, I would say it would be offensive rebounding. And our guards have got to do a better job there. And Bryson came in and made a difference, but you know, we did an offense. For us, offensive rebound is going to be critical this year. We got to do a much better job.
You kind of alluded to it earlier, but you would have moments where you get a basket, trim away, and then give up something on the other end. I guess in that your mind was that really the big difference tonight?
Yeah, Sam, it's mistakes. You know, there's mistakes of omission and there's mistakes of commission. You know, it's not that we weren't trying. It's we got to have better point guard play. You know, it's hard to play this game without being solid at that position, and we're going to have to figure some things out there. We got a lot more questions right now than we do answers. But I probably could say that for 250 teams right now. That's college basketball today. So, but we'll get them shored up. We'll get this thing fixed, and we got good kids. They'll bounce back, battle back.
If you got it, we got time for one more.
Quentin, do you see him sort of finding, searching and sort of finding his role a little on this team?
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it, searching. His strength is playmaking. But, he was one of the ones that was throwing great passes early. Guys were stepping into those shots. They looked good. They just didn't go in. Those would have been assists. We had an opportunity to have a lot more assists. We just didn't make them. Dejan's a slasher, but he had some layups that he normally makes too. But as time goes on, Quentin and Dejan, I don't think have practiced together, but maybe a week since we started. Maybe not that long, maybe 5 or 6 days. So we need to spend a lot more time in the gym with the guys that's going to be doing most of the playing. But our strength is still our depth. I thought Sed came off the bench tonight and did some really good things. Obviously Caleb. And then when you get in a game like this, your depth doesn't become nearly as functional, because you got to make a decision who you're going to keep on the floor. The one guy we couldn't take off the floor tonight was Caleb. But if you're going to keep Caleb on the floor with Toulson and Haws, well, who are you going to have on the floor to guard them? Our best matchup with them was Nate and Quentin. So that means that what are you doing, Marcus? Dejan, I thought he looked shook there for a little bit. So we were going to take him out and get him calmed down and get him back in, but I just liked the way those other guys were going, and they got us back in it. They got us a lead. It's a game we easily could have won, and I would have felt the same way. I wouldn't have felt as bad, but I would have felt the same way that we've got a long way to go. Sometimes losing can trick you, but so can winning.
Thank you very much.